morning, dear children. Welcome to Max class. Hope all are doing well. Today, we are going to continue with chapter 3, playing with numbers. Already we have completed many topics in chapter 3. So today we are going to see the last few topics of chapter 3. So now let's continue the session. So the first thing we are going to see today is prime factorization. So already we have studied factors and multiples. You know to find the factors, you know to find the multiples. Then we have, what are the things we have studied in chapter 3? Just recall, children. Then you know to identify the common factors and common multiples. So these are the basic introduction of chapter 3, and based on this we have done many problems and many divisibility rules we have learned. So today we are going to see about prime factorization. So what is prime factorization? When we express a number in terms of its prime factors. So you know what is prime numbers and composite numbers, right? What is prime numbers, children? If a number is having 1 and the number itself, the factors are 1 and the number itself are known as prime numbers. Composite numbers means it will have more than 2 factors. That is known as composite numbers. So what is prime factorization? When we express a number in terms of its prime factors. Only with prime, when we express the numbers only in the form of prime factors, we call this process, that process of doing the calculation, that process is known as prime factorization. For example, take here 18. So can you say, children, before doing the problem, can you identify 18 is a prime number or a composite number? So prime numbers means it will have 1 and the number itself as a factor. So 18 is a prime number or a composite number? It's a composite number, right? So 18 is divisible by 2, 18 is divisible by 6. So it is a composite numbers. It have more than 2 factors. So now we are going to find the prime factorization for 18. So 18, what are the factors? First you have to write the 2 factors. So look at here. 3 6 are 18. 3 into 6. Right? Factors of 18, one factor is 3 and 6. Right? 3 6 are 18. Or 6 3s are 18. Another factor, 2 9s are 18. Right? So what are the factors we got here? We got 3 is a factor, 6 is a factor, 2 is a factor and 9 is a factor. Next, again we can factorize, right? Because 3 is a prime number but 6 is not a prime number. 2 is a prime number but 9 is not a prime number. So 3 into 3 into 2. So 3 into 6. 3 into 6, again we can factorize. 3, 6, how we can write the factors? What are the factors of 6? 3 2s are 6. So that's why first you write down the 3, then split the 6. Write the factors of 6. 3 into 2. So again for 2 into 9, write the factor. 2 is a prime number. So write the 2 as itself and write the factors for 9. So what are the factors of 9, children? 3 into 3. So look at here, 2 into 3 into 3. So again can you write the factors? We can't, right? Because 3 is a prime number. Again 3 is a prime number. 3 into 3 into 2. So 3 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 2 is a prime number. So 3 and 2 are prime numbers. So we cannot write the factors. We can write only the 1 and the number itself is a factor, right? So when you get a prime number, you can stop it. Okay, when you get the last, all the terms are prime number. So we can stop. You don't want to continue. Understood, children? I'll explain one more time. Prime factorization. So what is prime factorization? When we express a number in terms of its prime factors. Here 18. Look at here, 18 you want to express in prime factors. So we want to do the calculation till we are getting the prime numbers. Till all the terms are, all the factors are should be prime number. So first we have splitting and writing 18. So 3 6 are 18. Then any other possibility? 2 9s are 18. Then any other possibility is there? No. So 3 6 are 18. and 2 nines are 80. So here 3 is a prime number but 6 is not a prime number. The next term 2 is a prime number but 9 is not a prime number. So since 6 and 9 is not a prime number, we want to write the factors for this. So write the 3 as itself, and for the 6 you write the factors. You know 3 2s are 6. So 3 into 2. Then 2 write it down the same way and write the factors for 9. 3 into 3. So again, can you write the factors? No, because 2 and 3 are the prime numbers. So this is the final answer. Okay, so 2 and 9. So here 3 into 6 and 2 into 9. This is factorization. This is not a prime factorization because 3 is a prime number but 6 is not a prime number. 2 is a prime number but 9 is not a prime number. So that we cannot say that as a prime factors. We can say as a factorization. 3 into 6 and 2 into 9, we can say it is factorization. But 3 into 3 into 2 and 2 into 3 into 3, all numbers are prime numbers. So we can say it is prime factorization. Now understood children how to find the prime factors? You want to write down all the factors. Until you get the prime factors, you want to continue it. Okay, if it's a bigger number, the step will be longer. Since 18 is a smaller number, we just concluded with only 2 steps. Understood children? This is how we want to find the prime factorization. The next topic is factor tree method. So in this method, we repeatedly factorize a number and represent in the form of an inverted tree. So here we are going to draw the tree. We are going to represent the factors in the form of a tree, and at the last level all the numbers should be a prime number till you get all. So since you should get all the last row should be all prime numbers, then you can stop it. So now let's see the example. So we are taking here the number 96. So what are the factors of 96 children? You have many factors for 96, right? You can write 48 into 2 is a factor, then 32 into 3 is a factor, then 12 into 8 is a factor. You can write any one factors. From this you can write any two factors. Okay children, so since here I'm going to use 8 and 12. So you are thinking why ma'am is not writing 48 and 2. 48 and 2 also we can write. Since I want to explain it little more detail, I am taking both the numbers as composite numbers 12 and 8. For 48 and 2, 2 is a prime number. So the step will be smaller. For 32 and 3 also 3 is a prime number. So the step will be smaller. So I have taken here the both numbers 12 and 8. Both are composite numbers. So you will get little more bigger steps. So I have taken here 12 and 8. In the exam you can use any factors, that is your wish. So now write down the factors of 96. So I am going to write 12 and 8. Look at here, like this you want to draw, because factor tree method means you want to represent in the form of a tree. So 8 and 12. So since 8 and 12 both are composite numbers, we want to write the factors for 8. So what are the factors of 8 children? You know 4 2s are 8. So 4 and 2 for 8. Then for 12, you have many factors, right? You can write 6 2s are 12. 4 3s are 12. So any factor we can write it down. So look at here, I have written here 4 into 2. 4 and 2 for 8. 4 2s are 8. So 4 and 2. For 12 I have taken here 4 3s are 12. So I have written 4 and 3. So I have given red color for the prime numbers. Since you are getting 2 and 3 here, you don't want to write the factors for 2 and 3 because it's a prime number. Now write the factors for 4. You know 2 2s are 4. So both. All the final row, look at here, all are prime numbers. So we have stopped here. Now you want to take and write all the prime numbers. So here how many 2 are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 into 2 into 2, like that you want to write. And again 1, we left 1 prime number. 3 is also a prime number. So when you multiply all these prime numbers, when you multiply all the prime factors, you will get the answer 96. Look at here. Just multiply and see, you will get the answer 96. This is how you want to find the factor tree method. This is how we find the factors by using factor tree method. Prime factorization, how you will be writing? You will be writing the factors, but we will be writing like 6 3s are 18, that we will be writing it together, and 3 is a prime number, so next we will split and write for 6. Here factor tree method means you want to represent in the form of an inverted tree, and you want to stop when the final last lowest level all the numbers are prime numbers, means we can stop it. Then you want to take and write. Note it down all the prime numbers and multiply and see. When you get the answer 96, then what you have written is the correct answer. When you multiply it and you are not getting the answer 96, then you have done somewhere wrong. Understood, children? This is how you want to find the factors by using factor tree method. The next topic is long division method. Okay, so what are the topics we have seen now? Prime factorization and factor tree method. The next method is long division method. So here example 980. So here we want to divide and find the factors. So always start from 2. Next, if it is not divisible by 2, then you check it for 3, 5, 7, etc. But always try to start from the smaller number 2. Okay, so 980. Here you can apply divisibility rule, right? The ones place is 0, so it is divisible by 2, it is divisible by 10, it is divisible by 5. So we will start from 2. So 980, you want to divide by 2. Divide and see, children, what answer you are getting. When you divide, you will get the answer 490. 980 divided by 2. Divide and take a piece of paper and divide and see. You will be getting the answer 490. So again 490, what is the ones place, children? 0, right? So you can easily, you know the divisibility rule. It is divisible by 2. So divide and see. 490 divided by 2. Divide and say the answer. Just take it and write in. Take a piece of paper and do with me, children. So divided by 2. Divide and see what answer you are getting. You are getting the answer 245. So here ones place is 5, right? So you know it is divisible by 5. Now again divide 245 divided by 5. Divide, you will be getting the answer 49. So 49 is not divisible by 2, it is not divisible by 3, it is not divisible by 5. So you all know 7 sevens are 49. So it is divisible by 7. You got the answer 7. So I have stopped. Why I have stopped, children? Because 7 is a prime number. 7 is a prime number. So I have stopped. Till I get the last term prime number, you have to stop. The same way, for the prime factorization also, the last level should be prime number. For factor tree method also, the last factor should be a prime numbers. Here also, till you get the last term as prime number, you want to do it. Here 7 is a prime number, so we have stopped it. So long division method means you want to divide and write. So 980, just always you start with the smaller number. 980 divided by 2, you are getting the answer 490. Then again 490, again we are dividing by 2. So you are getting the answer 245. So 245, the ones place is 5. So you know it is divisible by 5. So divide by 5. You are getting the answer 49. So 49 is not divisible by 2. It is not divisible by 3. It is not divisible by 5. So we all know it is 7 sevens are 49. So it is divisible by 7. So we are writing 7 and just again the last term is 7. So 7 is a prime number, so you don't want to divide. This is the final. Now you want to write down all these numbers. 2 into 2 into 5 into 7 into 7. Don't miss this number. Okay, this term also you have to include. This is how we are using the long division method. Understood, children? So please study the table side by side. When you learn the tables, it is easy to find out. And divisibility rule also study. It is easy to find out and write. Okay, children. Now let's see the next topic. So now we are going to start the exercise problem. Exercise 3.5. So the first question is, Which factors are not included in the prime factorization of a composite number? So, for example, you know to identify the composite number and prime numbers, right? Because prime numbers you will have only two factors, one and the number itself. For composite numbers you will have more than two factors. So they are asking which factors are not included in the prime factorization of a composite numbers. Do you understand, children? Which factors are not included for composite numbers? For composite numbers, what are the factors we won't include? 1 and the number itself. Because for composite numbers, you have other factors, right? For example, take 6. What are the factors of 6? 3 is a factor of 6 because 3 2s are 6, right? So 3 is a factor of 6. 2 is a factor of 6. Then 1. For all numbers, 1 and the number itself is a factor, right? So 1 is a factor and 6 is also a factor. But when it comes to a composite number, we'll leave 1 and 6, right? We'll take only 3 and 2 the factors. That is what they are asking in this question. Which factors are not included in the prime factorization of a composite number? So the meaning is, for a composite numbers, what are the factors we are not including? 1 and the number itself, we will not include that factors. Look at here. Solution. For a composite number, we do not include 1 and the number itself while doing prime factorization. We will not include 1 and the number itself. Because for prime numbers means we will include 1 and the number itself. Because it is having only 1 and the number itself as a factor, right? For composite number, we have other factors. That's why we are not including 1 and the number itself. Look at here, example 6. For 6, what are the factors? 3 and 2. 3 2s are 6. So, we will write 3 and 2. For example, it's a 5 means we will include 1 and 5. Now, can you identify the difference? I have given the example. 1 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number and 6 is a composite number. For 6, we have written 3 and 2. Whether we will write instead of 3 and 2, whether we will include 1 and 6? No. Because for 6, 3 and 2 is a factor. Only for prime numbers we will include that 1 and the number itself. For composite numbers we will not include 1 and the number itself. Now can you identify the difference? That's why I have written one a composite number and another one a prime number. Now it is easy to identify the difference. Right? Now I think you understood the meaning of the question. Okay, now let's see the second question. Write the greatest 4-digit number and express it in terms of prime factors. So you want to express in the terms of prime factors. You can use prime factorization method or long division method or factor tree method. Any method you can use and write. You want to find the prime factors. Okay. So here I am using long division method. Write the greatest 4-digit number. So what is the greatest 4-digit number, children? Can you say what is the greatest 4-digit number? 9999 is the greatest 4-digit number. So you want to find the prime factors for 9999. So here what method I am using? Here I am using long division method. So you all know that it is divisible by 3. Okay. Now 9999 divided by 3. You will be getting the answer 3333. Take a piece of paper and divide, children. So you got the answer 3333. So it is again divisible by 3. So you will be getting the answer 1111. 1111. It is divisible by 11. It is not divisible by 2. It is not divisible by 3. It is not divisible by 5. So you are writing 11. Okay, always start from the smaller numbers. If it is not divisible by smaller numbers, you can just go for the bigger numbers. Okay, children. Now when you divide by 11, you are getting the answer 101. We are getting the answer 101. So 101 is a prime number. It is not divisible by any numbers because it's a prime number. So we'll stop it. And we'll write therefore prime factorization is equal to 3 into 3 into 11 into 101. So this is how you want to find out the prime factors. Here what method I am using here? Long division method. You can use prime factorization method, you can use factor tree method, but this is the easiest method. Okay, this division is the easiest method, so go for this. When they mention the particular method, you want to use it. Otherwise, maximum go for long division method, because all are very good, thorough with the multiplication tables and division, so it is easy for you. So go for this. Now let's see the next problem. The next problem is write the smallest 5 digit and express it in the form of a prime factors. So here what is the smallest 5 digit number? You all know it is 10,000. So smallest 5 digit number is 10,000. Now by applying the long division method, find the prime factors. 10,000 is divisible by 2, right? Just apply the long division method and write the final answer. Prime factorization equal to 2 into 5 into, write down all the factors. The same way, the last problem we have seen for write the greatest 4 digit number and to find the prime factors. Here we are writing the smallest 5 digit number and you want to find the prime factors. So just you can do it, children. Long division method, you just write down the smallest 5 digit number and apply the long division method and write down the factors. Now let's see the next problem. The next question is the product of three consecutive numbers is always divisible by 6. Verify this statement with the help of some examples. So they are saying that product of three consecutive numbers means three numbers. We can take any three numbers, but it should be consecutive numbers means one after the other. For example, if I am taking 11 means then I should write 11, 12, 13. So continuously one after the other. That is the meaning of consecutive. So we can take any three numbers. But when we multiply the three numbers, you'll be getting one answer. That answer should be divisible by 6. We want to check that whether the product of the three numbers is divisible by 6. Whether the statement, we want to verify this statement with some examples. So here I have taken first example. Consider three consecutive numbers 7, 8 and 9. So product means 7 into 8 into 9. Just multiply it and check whether you are getting the answer 504. Now you want to check whether 504 is divisible by 6 or not. So what is the divisibility rule, children? If the number is divisible by 2 and 3, then we can say that it is divisible by 6, right? So now apply that. 504, whether it is divisible by 2? Yes. Whether it is divisible by 3? Yes, it is divisible by 3. So we can say it is divisible by 6. Therefore 504 is divisible by 6. Now another one example we are taking. Consider the numbers 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. So 1 into 2 into 3, what answer we are getting? 6. 6 is divisible by 6. So that statement we have verified. Now another one example we are taking here 5, 6, 7. Just 5 into 6 into 7, you are getting the answer 120. And 120 is divisible by 2, 120 is divisible by 3. Therefore, we can say that 120 is divisible by 6. Therefore, we have verified the statements. The three examples given above, verifying the statements. Just you can also take any three numbers, any three consecutive numbers and check it, children, whether the statement is true or false. Here I have taken 7, 8, 9, then 1, 2, 3 and 5, 6, 7. The three numbers should be consecutive numbers. If you are taking bigger numbers, for example, you are taking 100 means 100, 101, 102. Like that, three consecutive numbers. You can check it, children. Okay, you can check whether you can verify the statements. They are saying the product of three consecutive numbers is always divisible by 6. So here I have taken the three examples. You can also just take another three examples. Take another three numbers and check it. Okay children, now it is verified. Okay, the remaining problem we will be seeing in the next section children. The remaining problems we will be seeing in the next section children. Thank you. Have a nice day.